jump on here a little early because I have a new mic. Well, not a new mic, but a mic that is new to the stream. So I wanted to make sure I was sounding good over the internet here, so I'm waiting for some feedback. But in the meantime, enjoy music. Alright, I'm going to check to see if the stream is up and running here. I'm getting word that it is quiet. I'll try and bump it up a little bit. Is that better? If not, I can simply move the mic into the screen. I just figured it'd be a little less visually pleasing. And also, I notice I know the video is a little choppy. I think that's because the microphone I'm using is a little more powerful than the mic on my laptop, so it's sending some extra data. You'll notice I made the viewing window for the webcam smaller as well, so I was trying to avoid that choppiness, but it seems to be going on anyway. Okay, so I think I'm going to move the mic into the scene here. Let me know if that's any better. But I will start off just by introducing what we have going on here. Jeffrey is still going at it, and I say still, but this is actually a new running of Jeffrey. This is the third running, if you're keeping track. So, as you will see in the description of the video, I have been working a little bit on the errors of the program and the scoring system. So last time I talked about how I thought that the scoring system wasn't being true to what I wanted Jeffrey to try to achieve. It was favoring some actions that weren't necessarily helping progress, but the overall scoring system was not necessarily comprehensive of how important the health bar is. So this new scoring system, you will see, is a little bit more inflated towards the health bar. So you'll see that the score is 590 here. So That is because the health bar is now the score addition from the health bar is now multiplied by 20 instead of 2, which is a significant change. I did this because I want Jeffrey to be able to pinpoint and start seeking out the food pellets. This was a goal that I thought would be easily achieved from the get-go, and since it was not easily achieved, I have gone under the assumption that it is my coding. So I have adjusted the score in the favor of that. And as well, I have added in a score bonus, a spike in the score for each time Jeffrey eats a piece of food. So if in the simulation Jeffrey runs into a piece of food on accident, then the score will bounce up. But obviously that won't happen often enough to create any false associations. We're getting some movement here, so this is good. And it's freezing up a little bit. I'm sorry about that. But it seems to be the circular motion we were seeing before. So I don't think that this is anything new from what we've seen, but the decision-making process should be becoming slightly more intelligent than before. So what I've done to fix the errors. Before I said that I thought the errors were occurring because the data was being shifted, but the problem was the data files weren't backing me up on that notion. So when I went and looked at the data files, there was 392 numbers in those data files, which is the number that it's supposed to have. What I did was I just took the data file, put it into a Word document, and used the word count. And it popped up with the right number, so that wasn't the problem. Now, the problem was how the program was reading in that data. So what I had done in order to read in the data as if it were an if statement was I had the program just individually reading in each piece of data. And then the problem is it would only read in that data if it needed to do that. So let's say, okay, I need to be more specific with this. So in the actual if statement itself, it would read if, and then it would read in the data point. Oh, it would read in 5 pieces of the traits and data into the read parameter function. And this read parameter function would do exactly as it said. It would read in those data points and test if the parameter that it was applying to was true or false. And if it was true, it would spit back a 1. So if read parameter was equal to 1, then it would go into the if statement. So no matter what, the program would read those 5 data points, and the pointer in the file would be shifted 5 spots. But if it was true, it would move on and read the next 2 data points, which were put into the action function. So the action function is what is based off of the different variables that can be changed and and what they are changed to. So that's why there's 2 variables there. So whether or not the if statement was true or false, those 2 variables would be read. So I had attempted to add in a counter to this. So if they were not read, it would shift the file by the amount necessary. But the problem was I was shifting the file in bulk at the end, and I think that was causing problems with the overall with the overall order in which it was reading numbers. So the reason that in the read instinct or the instinct reader file it was popping up with all those errors was because the program itself was the programming in the instinct reader was incorrect. And that was something that I was almost certain was correct, but I read back over that, I traced through it, and the coding was wrong. So I have fixed the instinct reader was going fine. I adjusted the driver and child in the same manner. Now, they couldn't be exactly the same as the instinct reader because the instinct reader has a different function. The instinct reader is supposed to show me all of the ifs and elif statements that are possible, and then the driver and child programs are only supposed to go into the if statement that is necessary. So they had to be adjusted in a slightly different manner, but I attempted to adjust them in the same way, just so that the driver and the child would be reading the information the same way as the instinct reader would show me the information. This is important because if the instinct reader is showing me the information the way the driver is seeing it, then if there is still a error in the program, then I will see that through the instinct reader. So I thought I had fixed the problem. There's still some errors popping up, and I'm not sure. So these are errors that I kind of did a lazy fix for before I did the major lazy fix, which was the reload programs. So the programs that when the program crashes, it restarts it. These I'm still running just as a precautionary measure. So if for some reason the driver crashes during this stream, you will see it restart. But the boss program is showing some errors still occurring. Now, these errors aren't in the boss program. These errors are occurring in the child program when the child is attempting to read the data. So I have not sat down and figured out what these errors are. Because I put this lazy fix in, it's just telling me that there is an error, but not necessarily what the error is. And then it continues to attempt to learn going on after that. So I will be looking into that in the days to come, but I wanted to get a... Oh, by the way, you may be thinking it's kind of strange that I'm streaming on Tuesday. I've been streaming on Wednesdays and Saturdays for the past few weeks, and I know I've been a little on and off just because of scheduling things, but I'm streaming specifically today in order to combat that, because I think I might be doing something tomorrow, and I didn't want to randomly bail out. So I'm sorry if it's late notice on the fact that I'm streaming today, but I wanted to make sure I could get a video out or a stream out this week. You'll notice the background is a little different. This is due to the fact that I am in my hometown for the week, so I will also be here Saturday, but next Wednesday and next week I will be back at UCF. So expect that I will have the normal background back soon. I'm hoping to bring this microphone with me, so you'll get a little better sound quality than the normal laptop mic. So speaking of laptops, I am planning to go shopping for a new one soon. Now, even if I do purchase a new laptop, this won't necessarily mean that I will immediately be using that. Obviously, if you buy a new laptop, there's a lot of things you have to adjust. You have to add in new programs. And hey, he just ate a piece of food and then it crashed. I've noticed that when he's been eating food even before the fix, it was crashing, and it actually just crashed twice. So that does seem like a something I would need to look into. I was thinking that it was just a coincidence before, but that kind of proved it to me that since he immediately hit it, there's something going on with when a food pellet is eaten. I may need to trace through this in the playable version to see why something would be crashing. I don't think that a rapid change in environment would cause the program to crash. It shouldn't, but I don't know. I'll have to look into that. But like I was saying, when someone gets a new laptop, it's not an immediate shift. You have to download all the new programs, and obviously I'd need to download Python and make sure I can get the programs running on the new laptop as they are on this laptop. I don't know. I'm sure there's been some updates to Python, so I don't know if that's going to be any if that's going to be problematic, but we will see. Like I was saying, I have the new mic, so I'm hoping that the sound quality is a little better. I know that the maximum audio would cap out on the laptop mic, so I'm hoping that the better microphone will avoid that. Also, the interface I have to hook this microphone up is actually for guitars and other instruments. So if the sound is a little off, let me know, because it's pretending like it's running through an amp right now. So I can pick a different amp, but according to the program, this is a jazz amp. I figured that would have minimal effects on it, but we will see. I don't want any crackling that's added in afterwards. So I'll have to rewatch this after it's posted and see how it goes. But I figured we could watch Jeffrey for a bit, and then I could play some music for you guys. So I don't know if you guys have any requests. I had a couple things in mind. I'm gonna shoot a text to my girlfriend because I know she's watching to see if the mic is working. We'll see if she has any thoughts on that. But so yeah, now the score is the score drops a lot quicker, but it's sort of it drops at a higher rate, but it starts at a higher starting point. So Jeffrey dies in the same amount of time, assuming he doesn't eat any food. But then he hopefully should be rewarded more for eating each individual pellet. I had a request for the cave that will require some guitar tuning, but I will see what I can do. So in the meantime, enjoy Jeffrey spinning around. This song is in uh, an open tuning, so it's a little interesting to get going, but let's see how it goes. This is The Cave by Munford and Sons. It's empty in the valley of your heart. The sun, it rises slowly as you walk away from all the fears and all the faults you've left behind. The harvest left no food for you to eat. You cannibal, you meat eater, you see. But I have seen the same. I know the shame in your defeat. And I will hold on hope, and I won't let you choke on the noose around your neck. And I find strength in pain, and I will change my ways. I'll know my name as it's called again. I have other things to fill my time. You take what is yours and I'll take mine. Now let me at the truth which will refresh my broken mind. The harvest left no food for you. Lost the words here. I have other things to fill my time. You take what is yours and I'll take mine. And let me at the truth which will refresh my broken mind. And tie me to a post and block my ears. I can see windows and orphans through my tears. I still know my call despite my faults and despite my growing fears. And I will hold on hope, and I won't let you choke on the noose around your neck. And I find strength in pain, and I will change my ways. I'll know my name as it's called again. So come out of your cave walking on your hands and see the world hanging upside down. You can understand dependence when you know their maker's hand. So make your sirens call and sing all you want. I will not hear what you have to say, 'cause I need freedom now, and I need to know how to live my life as it's meant to be. And I will hold on hope, and I won't let you choke on the noose around your neck. And I find strength in pain, and I will change my ways. I'll know my name as it's called again. And that, as I said, was The Cave by Munford and Sons. So we can see that Jeffrey is still scoring a negative 10,000, and that is because his health is almost zero. So he has now died, and will restart the cycle of shooting and going in circles. So we will see if anything different happens as he recharges here, but I don't think that this environment will cause any new decisions to arise. Like I have told you in the past, the AI is not currently running. With a new laptop, I would be able to run the AI, hopefully, at the same time as the driver program. Now, it seems that the program has restarted. That would mean that Jeffrey has crashed the program. I'm not sure what these errors are, and I will be looking into them. And the thing is, the errors that were occurring in the old one, which was the reason that I had to restart it, were the fact that there were negative numbers in the data programs. Because if I fixed the way that the driver program was reading the files to where it would read the numbers in the correct order, then the data file should still be valid. But the problem was that the some of the numbers were negative, and those negative numbers were causing problems. So I wanted to just purge those from the system, and the only way to do that was to restart. But if errors are still occurring, then that means I have not completely fixed the problem. So I will definitely need to look into that. And there is another one. So it's almost as if there are more errors now. At least the errors are, at least it's that more errors are getting to the driver program. Because in the past, those errors were not things that propagated through to instincts. So I will definitely be looking into that in the days to come. I don't have too much more to say on the topic of Jeffrey. If you have any questions, I will be welcome to answer those in the comments. But it looks like the live stream is still going strong. So, like I said, and I'm not sure where I'm going with this, so I will be working to fix those errors in the days to come. I'm on spring break, so it's going to be easy for me to find time. Hold on. I don't want the stream playing in the background. But in the meantime, I want to thank you for watching. So I will be planning to stream on Saturday, the normal Saturday stream. So that would be a full episode with a explanation and one of my segments where I draw something on paint. I know those are a fan favorite. So I will be attempting to find the time for that. I'm almost certain that I don't have anything planned. So I will update you guys on Twitter if anything changes, and I will also be notifying you of the time. But until then, I think I will be signing off. So I want to thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the music here. And I will be checking to make sure that the sound is up to par with what I want. So thank you for watching. I will see you on Saturday.